What's up, mortgage coach community? Dave Savage coming to you live out of Healdsburg, California. So staying in a pretty cool Airbnb, just about a couple minutes outside of Healdsburg. Where are you at live? We've got an awesome call today, guys. We've got Dan Keller joining us, who really needs no introduction in the mortgage coach community. Dan, thanks for making time to bring your leadership and value to the community.
My pleasure, man.
All right, we got Mr. Robert Stover, who has been on enough mortgage coach calls. He doesn't need that much introduction, but because I'm introducing someone that goes way back in my life, I do want to call out the fact that when I launched Mortgage Coach from the stage of Sales Mastery in 1997, Stover created all the headlines, created all the marketing content. I'm sure that the way I told my story from stage and 100 and I don't know if it was 109 or 117, but when we launched Mortgage Coach, Stover was there and he was the mastermind behind our launch. So Stover, thanks for being here, brother.
No problem, been a ride.
Well, I can't wait to what we're going to unleash and share today. And then another amazing human being that is part of the Mortgage Coach backstory, John Kirker created the first website I ever did. Can't remember if he created the first Mortgage Coach website or if it was Greg, my partner. But Kirker, how far do we go back?
We go back to 1993.
Wow. And what year did you create? I think it was Mortgage Link at the time. What year did you create my first website?
I did Loan Link in 1994.
Yeah, that's right. And guys, back then, like having a website was like cutting edge. I think we might have still been using fax machines. It was, more than a decade before the iPhone came out. Kirker is one of the world's best internet marketers that you've never heard of. He actually sold a big web platform to one of the, it's a household name in the mortgage business. Can't mention the name, but one of the biggest software companies in the country. They bought your website platform. Was that in 2000 or 2001?
They bought it in 2000, and then I sold Sterling Bridge in 2001.
That's right, Sterling Bridge. God, that brings back so many awesome memories. So guys, we're going to be talking about a new technology that's going to help you build your personal brand faster, more efficiently. That's going to help you send better emails to past customers, better emails to realtors, create social media content, create headlines and scripts for videos. I mean, trust me, guys, this is going to blow your mind. It's going to be a very important call. Before we do that, I want to play a little behind the scenes video from the Modern Real Estate Summit last week and just talk about that for 5 minutes, because I would say some of what we're going to talk about ties to what I've learned from realtors over the past month of preparing for this summit. So check out some behind the scenes on Wednesday of last week. So guys, we launched a new playlist in the Mortgage Coach YouTube channel called the Agent Advantage playlist. And the goal is to educate real estate agents that mortgage coach loan officers and professionals are better than fee worksheet loan officers. They can help realtors get more listings. They can help realtors go beyond the pre-approval and actually help a family get their offer accepted in today's crazy marketplace. Dan Keller, thank you for the video that you created that's part of that new playlist that we launched. You're on mute.
Absolutely.
Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fun. And it was just a glimpse into kind of what we do every single day with our clients. So I'm glad I was able to share.
Well, I want to have you even do an upgraded version after this call, because I got some great feedback from agents, but I know for sure from the feedback that we could upgrade the headlines so that they're a little catchier for realtors. I think actually doing one where it's you and an agent, you're collaborating together. The agent's kind of like, hey, this is my pain point. This is how my partner Dan helped solve that pain point. Yep. Do you think you'd be game for collaborating with an agent and creating an upgraded video?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right on. Well, I want to remind everybody, if you want to be part of that playlist, we're looking for videos where you're communicating directly to real estate agents and you're showing them how being a mortgage coach makes you more valuable to a real estate agent. So please private message me, post it in our group, and know that we're looking to grow that playlist of great examples. So with that said, I'm going to tee up today's call with a quick frame and then hand it off to you, Stover. But we talk about it all the time. If you want to be a modern mortgage or modern real estate professional, you need to leverage technology. You need to have a personal brand. That means you need to use video. That means you need to use social media. And that means you need to be really good at creating amazing content that's scroll stopping, that gets people's attention. And more important than all those things, you get their attention and you actually have influence. Like, people do what you say. They click on your stuff. And guys, it's hard. Coming up with great headlines is hard work. Coming up with great marketing content is hard work. And most of you don't even know how to do it. Like Robert Stover has dedicated decades of his life to being real good at it. And it's hard work. Like, he spends a lot of time doing it. So this call is all dedicated to everybody in the mortgage coach community has a Robert Stover, and everybody in the mortgage coach community can have that person working for them, leveraging technology. So Stover, I'm going to hand it off to you to kind of frame the call, and then we're going to get into a workshop where we're going to show everybody how to create faster headlines. So how would you like to go from here?
Well, so, let's start, like you said, the hard work part. So I've taught mortgage guy, I've taught Dan, I've taught people these formulas and things. I've tried to make it as easy as possible for them. And at the end of the day, I've run a group through, and Dan was one of the few that actually did anything with it. And it's like, oh, come on, man. Without me doing it for them. And it is hard. I mean, you guys are mortgage lenders, you're mortgage professionals. Your job isn't to be great marketing writers, right? So that leaves one of two choices. It means your customer list, your social media streams, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, go empty. And not sending a message is sending a message. Further, there's the competition. You've got somebody like Dan who's getting out there and he's doing it right. Another great one is the guy, the mortgage pug. Guy does it right, man. And they bring in, there's a little bit of personal inspiration that comes into the stream. There's a little bit of hard edge numbers and stuff that come in, like how to make a wise choice or what to do in this market or where the trends are going. And then there's a bit of broader financial advice. Almost all the guys that are doing it right are mixing it up because, let's be honest, if all you're doing is hard calculations in your stream nonstop, I don't even have to listen to Dan and know what it's going to be about, right? But it keeps it fresh, it keeps it going. It broadens you out as a larger financial expert than just being a loan officer. It positions you better. But that huge obstacle is getting that stuff done. And either you have to dedicate, I don't know, maybe once you get into the flow, a half hour, 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get a piece done, or you have to pay it. You got to pay somebody a couple grand to write it for you, hire a team that does that stuff for you and do it. So those have been the only choices up to now. And like with Dave and I all the time, ring. Hey, Dave, it's like, hey, bro, what do you think about this line, right? And what do you think about this headline? What about this angle, bro? And it's like, and like he said, like, and then I take like 3 days to get back to him. And it's a pain. We're going to show you something that was introduced to me by John, where that's gone. Dave doesn't need me to go, hey, bro, anymore. He can go and
introduce you. Silver, time out. I'm always going to hey, bro, you. And I'm still going to send you some text here. But, for everyone listening to this, not only is it hard to come up with good headlines, it's hard to get engagement. I see a lot of posts and headlines, and it's just crickets. 1 like, 2 likes. So anyway, sorry for cutting you off, but you're still going to get some hey bros from me.
So yeah, so I'll give you an idea. Like I've done things like I've done some lead gen stuff for Mortgage Coach back in the day. I think one of the referral machine that was like worth 3, 4, 5 million or something in leads to the company. there's a couple other ones. So what I used to do is I go out, I go into Amazon, I type in a subject. I'd go over the top 100 books in that subject and I pull all the headlines out. I'd stick those headlines into these old school text analyzers and it would tell me what the most common words were used. I'd take those words and then I called them $1 million mashups. I'd start creating my own headlines based on them that were unique. And the reason that works so effectively is that Amazon gives you what people are paying money for now, not what they think. Like you can get into a forum and, hey guys, what do you think about this headline? And everybody goes like, oh, that's really cool. Or no, I wouldn't use that. But everybody's that is giving you an opinion. They're not giving you what is factually selling at this minute right now. Using this Amazon thing I do, it gives me exactly what people are paying money for now. It gives me an insight into the mind of the market. So there's the background of what I do just to create a headline. So John Kirker, see his face there down below. Say hi, John. He starts calling me about 2 weeks ago. And he's like, bro, there's this artificial intelligence tool. Elon Musk created this open AI GPL. And you've got to get on it and try it. And these guys have laid a marketing layer on top of it, and it's crazy. And so what I'm thinking about are some of the old headline generators that used to make their way through the copywriting thing that were set formulas. You'd put your benefits in. It would populate pre-existing headlines in a real strict format. It's like a cookie cutter. And then that's all you got. It would do the same ones over and over and over, the same headlines and stuff. So I was thinking it's another thing like that. So I put him off. And finally this guy, dude, just look at this. So okay. So I get and play with it. And I'm like, oh my word. So I don't believe it. So I take the content that it generated for me. I go out to the plagiarism checks on the internet, because I'm going, there's no way this isn't just pulling copy off people's sites or something. It's unique. There's nowhere on Google has that articulation been done before. And I'm like, oh my word, in just seconds, I'm generating content that's written as a human would speak, well-formed, that's unique. Not only that, because this Elon Musk little thing, they fed it the internet. It's eaten up about 10% of the internet, which is about close to 100 or 90 to 100% of the public internet that the AI has been trained on. It's now gone through 3 generations. They learned it to speak in human language. The AI knows that for any given subject, what the most popular searches are on Google, what the most popular stuff, and it puts all of that in. So you're getting stuff that's proven clickable. A lot of the people that are using this for their Facebook ads and things like that are starting to see improved results. It's because it knows what people are most searching on, and it feeds that into you. I looked at it. My first words to John was, this is amazing and it's scary. And my 11-year-old can write papers with it now, right? Without researching much. Furthermore, let's say Dan Keller has this and I don't, and I'm trying to compete in the content game. And Dan, as you'll see in a minute here, goes out, la-di-da, here's a sentence or two. Okay, there's my opening paragraphs. Here's my bullet points. Done. Let me talk that out or just flesh it out a bit. So what this is like, this is not going to completely write your work for you. What it's like is having a really smart collaborator that you can kick the can with. Like Dave calls me, hey bro. And I go, don't like that, try this. And he goes, well, dude, that's stupid. Give me another one. I go, okay, what about this? He goes, I like that one. You will have that same interaction with this AI process. And so it's like, for me, it makes writing funner. I mean, I've written, but when I go to write in a blank page, I'm just like anybody else. Can I procrastinate? Do I need to get another cup of coffee? Oh, crud, I need to check Facebook. I need to see what Dan Keller's doing. What designs on Instagram has his wife done on the latest cookies? And then, oh, crud, I can't write today. There's not enough time, right? So, I mean, I'm supposed to be professional at this stuff. This makes it, there's no blank page. All I start with is, what I want to write about is la, 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 la. I hit the button, it generates a bunch of content. I look at that content and I go, don't like it, love it, don't like it, that's really dumb. The thing repeated itself or something like that. And I've got my base material. So it makes it so much easier. I always say that editing or picking and choosing what you like is much easier than a cold start when you get going. So let me hit the share button here. Enough chit chat.
So guys, we're going to go into collaboration mode, and we're actually going to create some content and some headline right now that you guys can use in your media today. There will be a link. We'll put it in chat in a minute, that if you want to get a free trial and sign up for this, full disclosure, I am an influencer for this platform, and Robert and John are. But if you click our link, you get a 5-day free trial and you can check it out. We'll put that in here in just a minute. But just watch this thing work. And it's a beautiful blend of a human being using their brain, all their expertise around what they know in the market, and then using the machine, using AI. And Stover, if I'm right, didn't Elon Musk invest in this platform?
Yeah, he was one of the founders that created the open AI program that then the really smart guys are tapping into to do this. And then the guys that created this particular tool that feeds off of it added in, they're marketers, and they added in a whole layer of the best sales letters and headlines and bullet point formulas and everything else. So they added a whole nother layer to the AI, and they train it off that. As you'll see in a bit, it's because it's consumed the internet, you can go, I want to write this in the tone of Joe Rogan. I want to write this in the tone of Gary Vaynerchuk. And it will change the output. It's just crazy. So I'm going to give the big picture overview, then I'm going to dive in. Like today, we don't have a chance to go into all the tools, but I'll just get a thing going, and then maybe we can work a collaboration. This is the first webinar thing I've done where I actually don't know what's going to happen, because every time I do it, it changes the output. And so we're going to be kind of rolling with it here as we go through. So right off the bat, if in the program you're sending them out for, there's a long form assistant if they want to write really long form stuff, white papers, books, blogs, longer articles, things like that, that they can use. We won't go into that today. People are already writing books in a week off of it, playing back and forth with it as it goes. There's some classic marketing frameworks. I taught some to Dan. Pass, problem, agitate the problem, bring your solution. There's a famous one, AIDA, attention, interest, desire, action, where you can have it format your ideas into those structures automatically as it goes. Everything from product descriptions. If you want to do creative writing, make some interesting stories. It's pretty frightening. It'll actually write stories for you based on what your content is. Blog post topic ideas. So anytime I say blog on here, think social media. It just because it can be a LinkedIn article, it could be your Facebook article, it can be an Instagram article, it can be a video, right? So just think that we're going to use this tool extensively today, the blog post intro paragraph, because it's hardest to get going and it most demonstrates the power of this stuff as it goes. For those of you that do Facebook headlines or work with realtors that use Facebook, you've got Facebook ad generators, primary stuff.
Hey, Stover, I want to jump in, guys. So I want you to think, not only can you use this to create your ads and headlines, you can enhance agents' headlines. So you could have an agent you're working with, see a post that they did, and then you could put it through this platform and you could forward back, hey, here's 3 more headlines you could have used and an intro. Might not want to tell them about your little secret weapon. You might want to tell them about your secret weapon, but you can literally use this to start helping your agents tomorrow. It's mind-bending. So
so it's got you covered on as you can go through here. A video script and hook. We'll do some of those today. Using the classic thing where you set up you open with kind of an engaging sentence, then you go into your opening, and on it goes. And Kirk can maybe address later. It's SEO insanity. He's done stuff for local companies already using this, and combined with another tool. And I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, John. I know your audio, I think it was a little delayed, but I believe that within a week he had pages ranking for local SEO, which is unheard of. And it's because it goes in and it pulls all the juice out of your competitors. You can explain it to a child. It's kind of a fun one. Makes whatever you say very simple so that I can understand it and do it. So anyway, so this thing is robust as heck.
Stover, one more thing. And we called it, and I don't want to say I'm Mr. Clairvoyant, but I do pay attention to where the puck is going. And I have friends like John Kirk and Robert Stover. And it's not a question, it's a fact that within 12 to 24 months, and Stover wrote it here, every successful company, entrepreneur, just progressive leader will be using artificial intelligence to enhance their writing. So you guys are getting it ahead instead of waiting 12 to 24 months to have this competitive advantage. I want the mortgage coach community to be the ones that bring it to mortgage and real estate. Because at the end of the day, my goal, mortgage coach equals be the best. So you guys are getting it here, but within 12 to 24 months, guys, every realtor in America will know about this, every lender, and you're really going to make a decision today. Do I want to be the one that uses it first? And do I want to be the one that brings it to the real estate space? That's what's at stake here today. So let's get into the demo, dude. We're 22 minutes into this. I want to start creating some wows and some ahas for people. And I also want to get Dan into the conversation. Stover, he does need to leave in 20 minutes. So we've got to get Dan off here by 9:45. And community, as you start seeing what Stover's doing, if you have some searches that you want us to do, or you have some headlines you want us to enhance, we may get to them in this call. We may get to them in the next call. So put anything that you want us to analyze and enhance. We're going to be doing more working sessions on this to help the mortgage coach community. So let's go, Stover.
So I didn't have a chance to talk with Dan before this to kind of go back and forth. So I just went out to his Facebook thing and I saw a post he did answering something Dave Ramsey said. And he went up and goes, "Hey, Dave, you're wrong." And it was around credit cards and teenagers. And so I go, "Okay, let's have some fun with this, baby." So I go, Dan does, when he communicates on Instagram or Facebook and stuff, he puts out not just mortgage specific, but he also gives ideas around investing and things like that. And so I go, "Oh, wow, he had a little passion around the thing." And so I went, well, let's just go contrarian credit card advice for parents of teenagers. So I just lifted that out of Dan's, his own post. And I'm not going to suggest other people go out to top lenders and lift their stuff out and put it in here to create their own. I wouldn't suggest that, but you could do something like this. So tone of voice, as you change the tone of voice for anybody playing with this, confident and persuasive seems to do very well. You can do witty, you can do funny, you can do whatever your personality is. This just happens to return pretty good results for me. And I click a button and we're going to wait about 3, 4, 5 seconds here. Or 7 seconds. There we go. And there are intro paragraphs created. Credit cards are often a topic of concern for parents with teenage children. Parents want to help their children learn responsibly use a credit card and avoid the pitfalls, but they also don't want to get them in over their heads too early. Dan, can you run with that?
This is crazy. I jumped ahead to the second one. Your teenager is going to need a credit card soon. That's basically what I said, where Dave Ramsey's wrong. Get them a credit card. It's going to help them build their credit. But I wasn't by all means like, hey, go get a credit card and let your kids spend, So this is bananas, right?
Isn't it nuts?
Wow.
So just so everybody knows, that was my reaction. My wife's reaction was, "Well, don't those repeat?" I go, "No." She goes, "That's scary." Every time I hit that generate content, it will generate completely different text, written differently, that if you go out and search it, isn't plagiarized. So I'm going to take this one. So we'll call that a seed. I call them seed ideas is how I do it.
And guys, this is recorded because here's the deal, Google's powerful, but knowing what to search in Google, knowing how to search, when to search. So while this tool it's bananas, it's mind boggling, there's still a science to how to use it and get optimal value. So this will be recorded. This will be in the Mortgage Coach YouTube channel. Pay close attention to the next couple moves here.
So I just took that opening. I took the paragraph Dan liked, and we still don't have an outline or anything. We like say like, okay, I really like that. All Dan has to do is hit a flag on that and go favorite, and he can drop it into a document. And then what I like doing next is like, because it's 1,000 times easier to create if you have things versus you don't have things and you're trying to squeeze it out of your own mind. If you can ricochet and play off stuff, it just flows. So 2 tools to help you ricochet off stuff are marketing angles and bullet points. So let's just use marketing angles for the heck here. Let me type in that Dan Keller, authoritative, persuasive, and I go like this. We wait 5-10 seconds, and there we are. What you need about, and these can be headlines, they can be bullet points in your topic. How to use a card, the benefits of getting your teen their own credit card, why American teens' credit scores are low, truth about, teach your kids responsibility, the credit card with Dan Keller, the benefits of getting an allowance instead of a credit card. So, and some of these, as Dan reads through, he goes, oh, no, that's wrong. Well, instantly, it's so much easier to write. If you go, that's wrong, I'd say this, boom, right? It's fast. It's having me sit next to Dan, and Dan's going, I think I'm going to write about this. I go, well, what about this? And you go, And I go, well, what would the subject be? Well, this and this and this and this, right? So, I mean, dudes, this is seconds.
Yeah.
The best gift is their own credit card. Credit cards to teens are great because it lets them monitor their spending and teach responsibility. I'm not judgmental. You don't have to be either. Give your kid a credit card, teach them to use it responsibly. That it goes out and creates all this, it just astounds me still. I've played with it all day yesterday, working through this. So anyway, there's the bullet points for your article. And you could probably, with Dan, this stuff cold. You've got your intro, you've got your bullet points, video, done.
Yeah. Hey, Robert.
Yeah.
You kind of talked about it earlier, but as someone who writes blog posts and writes social media posts, and tries to optimize videos that I upload to YouTube, this is great. What this just did, and this is what's blowing my mind, is someone that does this often, I know how much time I put into thinking of that headline, thinking of that description, and then dropping in those bullet points. So what you've just done with this is there's probably 30 or 40 different bullet points there.
Yeah.
You've now just given me 30 ideas that I just need to pick for the post. So, I mean, this literally just cuts down at least a half hour to an hour of my research and planning of what I need to say on this post. This is incredible.
And then for me, it cuts down the procrastination.
Yeah.
Because it's like, where this I go, I just throw it out. So I would love, Dave, you can screen them for me because I'm not going to be able to chew gum and walk here. If you want to ask the group, what are some articles they know they should be writing but are putting off? And just have them put in the chat. What I want to say is, and just give a little quick, hey, what I want to talk about is blah, 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 or how they could do this and that. And a little later on, we'll throw some of those into this just for giggles.
Okay, so let me reset the room real quick. So guys, we've got marketing guru Robert Stover showing us how we can fast track headline creation, social media content, scripts. We put a link in chat if you want to sign up. It's davesavage.ai. I am an influencer and affiliate for this company along with Robert and so on. You get 5 days free trial. Check it out, sign up. If you want us to put in an idea or an angle, put it in chat. Before I go to the community and get something from them, because we're going to lose Dan in 5 minutes. Dan, what's something you're working on right now or something you'd like to optimize? And then we'll go to the community when you leave and put in some more ideas.
Well, how about we just table something that's probably on all of our minds with all of our clients and with our realtors. Is now a good time to buy? And that ties right into Mortgage Coach. So what if we did something, let's see what AI has to say around, is now a good time to buy a home? Something along those lines. I mean, those are big questions. Should I rent or should I buy a home? And see what the data online says. And then we can couple that up with a rent versus own through Mortgage Coach or a total cost analysis, buy or wait type
I like
TCA.
that. And we just rolled out a debt consolidation analysis. So when should I do a debt consol loan? Maybe, and guys, Brian, thank you for the feedback. Is now a time to buy a home, or should I let the market calm down? Jamie, for agents, how to make your offers more competitive. Keep the feedback coming, guys.
All right, so I'm just type it away here. I'll just do this for speed. Oh, I went into the wrong thing. This is more like a blog post topic thing. How to buy a house with bad credit. How to buy a house and not lose money. 10 questions to ask yourself before buying a home. 8 signs. So I went into the wrong tool, but again,
21 reasons. By the way, it's the wrong tool, but guys, that was some pretty sweet headlines that we got. So it might have been, you may not have been where you wanted, Stover, but I got value from that.
Yeah, no, it cranks it. So, oh, don't tell me I typed it wrong here.
Yeah, well, you didn't copy it right.
Okay.
I was going to stop you there, but yeah, just rewrite what you got. And while you're doing that, Dan, just so we can get some other headlines when you leave, what would be another headline besides this one or another topic? So when you leave, we got more work to do.
Yeah. How to get a great deal on a house, how to get the best interest rate, how to not lose money on a home purchase. Should I would like this one. Should I invest in crypto? I mean, these are questions that a lot of clients, when I'm doing mortgage planning meetings, it's coming up. Should I buy a home or invest in the stock market?
Should I buy a home or invest in crypto?
In crypto, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Within the current uncertainty, how do you decide what to do with your money? For those who are considered buying a house, it might be worth waiting to buy or not. You guys, and again, you guys can play off this any way you want.
Hey, Robert, are you able to go to the audience and change that from homeowners to home buyers?
One word or two?
Home buyer. I know, home buyer.
Make it one word.
Yeah.
And just make it buyer, home buyer, one word. Yeah, let's see what that does, guys. And guys, first time home buyers.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
And remember, guys, if you don't like what it gave you, click it again. This is like having one of the most, it's smarter than the most elite writer as a partner that is right here at your availability.
So I can tell you as a writer, this opening sentence here is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you scroll down a little? I want to see that next. There you go. You want to buy a home? Oh, look at that.
Are you happy you're on this call? Usually I'm like, Dan, thank you for making time to give back. But I know you being on this call, I just put a lot of, I'm going to improve your content.
Yeah.
And I put a lot of hours back in your day.
You did, man. Coming from someone who actually has to make this stuff up on my own and search for it and think about it at 5 o'clock in the morning on the weekends. I mean, this is just awesome.
I like, it's like a slot machine for content. I like that. Someone just put in, this is so very cool, Lauren. So guys, I want to remind folks, the Mortgage Coach mission is to change how people get into debt in America for the better, help families make the best mortgage decision possible. And to do that, you need to be the most compelling mortgage professionals on planet Earth. You need to write the best content. You need to have the best headlines. And then, of course, you need to give the total cost analysis to every family. Like, that's what we are. We are the advice machine that once you get a family, but to do that, you need great content and you need to be online and you need good emails.
Yeah.
I mean, headlines for emails. This is mind boggling. So I do hope you guys are getting signed up, davesavage.ai.com. And I do hope that anyone who's doing social media in the Mortgage Coach community is killing it. And I do believe in playing it forward. Like, you could not tell your realtor your magic trick, but I think with everybody, like when I first saw it, when Stover and John were demoing it to me, I went through a period where this is my new secret tool and I'm not going to tell anybody about it. You know, like And then I went, no, I need to tell everybody in the mortgage coach community.
Right. No, that's been a common thing on when John and I have talked to companies. Their first instinct is we're going like, oh, tell your people about it, your audience, and they're like, no, we need this for us. That's been the reaction universally. One of them was, OMG, how do I invest in this? Who do I contact to invest in the company? It's insane. So this company's had, holy moly, it's been available to the public for about 3 months. About 2 weeks ago, it had 5,000 people, and it's going big, like in the copywriting community, people that live and die by copy. And they're like, oh my word, this is going to shave hours and hours and tens of hours off of my stuff. But now it's spreading out. And within a week and a half, 5,000 more people signed up. So they're up to like 11,500 users, I think, which is crazy. But when you see this, you're going, oh my word, this makes it so easy to do. My big frustration in teaching people has been, I've tried my best to come up with, I did generator tools for them to come up with little formats they could follow to structure it. This just blows all of that away. And so, and like with Dave, John and I talked about contact, and I'm going like, he's right in the middle of the Modern Real Estate Summit. I can't bother him. He's just come home from it. Let's give him a week. And we're like, you know what? Let's just call him and get him on. And I had flames coming out my head then. So it's just amazing what it can do. So Dave, I can't see the chat. We
got Dan for a couple more minutes. Let's do another search for Dan. Like, Dan, what are you working on right now that we could put and either get you a headline or get you a sentence? Let's give you one more gift in the next 7 minutes, and then I'll go to the community. Keep putting in, guys. Appreciate all the feedback in chat. If you're in Facebook, put it in comments. Deborah Bird. By the way, guys, Deborah Bird, if you are not following plugandplaysm.com, she is the social media strategist for the Modern Mortgage and Modern Real Estate Summit. And she's also going to be the lead collaborator for the Agent Advantage playlist. So if you do want to have some help with your next video, Deborah will help you. Just email support@plugandplaysm.com and she will help you. Deborah, we'll put in your question in just a minute. How much do I need to buy a home, and what to look for in a lender? So Deborah's killing it. She's a great marketer, and Deborah, you're going to love this. She just put a link to her website in there. Dan, what else do you want, bro?
Yeah, let's do this as a gift to the community as well, where we can just leverage Mortgage Coach with this. And I know Robert's worked with me on this one before, but should we use a 30-year fixed rate or a 15-year fixed rate mortgage? Should I refinance with a 30-year fixed rate or a 15-year? Because the way my mind works is I'm going to leverage the Mortgage Coach total cost analysis. A good headline means nothing if you have no content, if you have bad content or no content. So our body is going to be Mortgage Coach, a TCA. And these headlines have to support that.
Hey, by the way, people are asking what the price is and all that. Hey, John Kirker, I saw that you posted something in the panel, but since you were the one that brought this to Stover and I, could you just tell everybody, what they get if they sign up, 5-day free trial, and I know they're going to change the price in a week or something. Could you share that?
Sure. So the link that you are sharing gives them access to a 5-day free trial. Unfortunately, between now and the end of that 5-day period, they have a promotion which they launched with when they came out of beta, and they launched with that for the first 300 customers, and then they shut it down. And there were so many people that wanted to get in on it, they brought it back, and they brought it back through the end of this month, which is Friday. That promotion gives people the professional version, which gives them all of the features and bells and whistles of the software. And it also allows them to generate unlimited content. And they are offering that for just $99 a month. After Friday, they will still have the pro version as I understand it. So they've told me, and it'll still be $99 a month, but they will cap the amount of content that you're able to generate. And then if you go over that, they sell packages of words basically. And then they will likely have an unlimited version, but it will at least double in price because they have to pay a licensing fee to OpenAI for all of the content that they generate. So their costs are relative to the amount that people use it. So the $99 unlimited deal is, I waited and waited and waited until they released it because I missed it because the first 300 went so fast. But the day they announced it, I got up early that morning and jumped in and started going nuts with it. So it's absolutely incredible. It's a good deal.
No, for people
it's
watching,
like bandwidth, guys. Like once upon a time, you used to be able to pay a monthly price and get unlimited bandwidth, and we know how those days are gone. At least I think there's still a couple channels that do it. So if you are building personal brands, if you want to be a leader and a mentor to realtors, I would get the $99 unlimited pass by the end of the week if I were you. But anyways, all right, what do we got, Stover?
So we put in, should I refinance with this or that? I don't know if this is true. Many surprised to learn many cases, 30-year could actually end up costing less, and it's because of the tax factors. Many home buyers today are faced with the decision on whether to refinance their mortgage for a 15-year or 30-year term. This is especially difficult when you consider that it can mean saving thousands per month in payments for the next few decades, but will also mean having to pay more per month until your loan's paid off, right? That's a great intro. That's just block punt, solid writing. I've got nothing to fix on that. And not everything comes out that perfection. You have to jump in and do it. Or they might do something here and you go, well, that's wrong. But then that makes you say it's this, and you type that in. Here's a longer, 15, 30 year, should be carefully considered.
And I want to make sure you didn't go past that. I learned from Larry King when I had a little 5-minute chat with him. I said, hey, Larry, what's your favorite type of question? And he said the question after the question. So, when you're interviewing someone, you ask them a question, they hear it, you listen, use your brain, and it's a question after the question is the best one. What Stover just said is super important for everyone to hear. You may have thought like, hey, this is what I want. But then after seeing all the options you have, there's a better way of asking AI for my best headline. So that question after the question, that content after the content is going to be the varsity move. Like everybody is going to have an assistant like this in a year or two. How that assistant is used will be how everybody differentiates 2 years from now.
Yeah, so then we take that and we drop into the marketing angles. I'm partial to this because I'm an ideation guy, and it just feeds angles and approaches and all that stuff. It's like mainlines ideas into me. So we'll generate just a bunch of angles on this and see what it comes up with. And this isn't even the headline one. For people watching, Dan Keller's stuck on this call with us. You guys can run out and get it and be using it before Dan hits the market with it.
Yeah, again, you can update your bio. You can update your value prop. We always talk about how important, what do you say and how do you differentiate yourself at the point of sale with a borrower and a realtor? Guys, throw that in the machine and come up with some new ways to present yourself. Dial in your personal value prop, dial in your bio, dial in your headlines, give yourself a complete, I am the digital mayor mortgage professional in my platform. You guys, by Monday, you could have given everything you do a facelift and a boost to how you communicate with your marketplace.
Yeah, so just playing off this, I take this intro, it's solid. And then without even reading them all, I'd take this one right here. The right decision for you may not be an easy one, but we'll walk you through it together using a tool I have called the home total cost analysis. And it'll help you make an informed right decision. And then I would toss that back to it to see what it came back with me at. And that's how I would use it in a back and forth manner and things. So Dave, I might be stepping in it here.
Well,
what happens
time out before you do that? Dan, I want to honor you. Do you need to leave right now?
Yes, I got it. Yep, I got 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't you give a closing thought to everyone? Because you've seen this, you've been wowed. What, from a leadership perspective, what advice do you give to every mortgage coach community? Robert, if you could stop sharing the screen real quick while Dan does that, and then you and I will play with this while Dan's gone. Dan.
Yeah, I think if any of us are creating content, which we all should be, I think I've been on with you numerous times, as I said, if you're not making videos and if you're not creating content right now, you're going to get lost in the dust, in the dust. So this is incredible. When John was talking, in the back of my mind, I'm sitting here going, he's probably going to say $250 to $500. Seriously. And I'm signing up. I'm signing up, when I get off this call. And so for $99 a month, I mean, I take it from a guy who has written a blog since 2010, who is active on social media, who is always searching for content, who's an active user, power user of Mortgage Coach. This is an absolute improvement, and it gives you back a ton of time and a game changer from a content creation standpoint. So this is one of the most valuable calls I've been on ever. So kudos to you guys. Great job, Robert, John, and Dave.
Yeah, I'm scared because I don't know what it's going to generate, and you hadn't seen it. I told Dave, man, I don't know where this one's going.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. Well, hey, Dan, thank you for making time to be here, bro. Go ahead and jump off. Have a good meeting.
Yeah. Super grateful.
Thanks, Dan.
Collaboration with Deborah Bird and help me upgrade that Agent Advantage playlist. Take care, bro. All right, community. And Deborah, I wish I had you on as a panelist right now. It'd be fun to bring your stuff in here. But I just got a comment. Deborah, I'm going to come to you in a minute. I'm brand new, haven't done a loan yet, and just signed up. This makes a ton of sense. Time is money. This improves the quality of writing. Yeah, you are right. That was well said. So let's put in a couple of Deborah's thing is what to look for in a lender and how much do I need to, let's do how much do I need to buy a home? Because we all know one of the biggest things holding people back from home ownership is down payment. Like everybody thinks they need 20% down, or they just have an unrealistic advantage or unrealistic understanding of that. So Stover, let's go into share mode and let's get some ideas.
All right. Yeah, and when it gets to tight technical numbers, it hiccups a bit because it can't replace you or your brain. So let's go ahead. All right, you meant say that again, Dave?
How much do I need to buy a home? Oh, by the way, for the new loan officer that just commented, I'm glad that you signed up for this. I assume, well, I don't know if you're on the Mortgage Coach platform. If you are not using the Mortgage Coach advice engine and the total cost analysis, again, getting people to stop in social media is great. But if you can't give them great advice, if you're not actually a black belt at mortgage advice, you use that already. So good job. I was just going to make sure that you're using our advice engine, and not because I'm Mr. Mortgage Coach. It's just marketing is great, but if you don't show up at the point of sale, ask the right questions, deliver the right advice, you're not gonna get the profits and success you want. So what do we got here, Stove?
All right. So how much do I need to buy a home? What are the pros and cons of a large down payment? Decision to buy a home is one of the most important decisions in life. So that's one of the biggest financial commitments you'll make. So it's important to know how much you need down payment. Your homeowner been thinking about, you're wondering how much you need to buy a home. What are the pros and cons of each offer are, and how long does it take to close on a mortgage? So it's bringing up stuff I wasn't thinking about closing time. So what it's doing is going out and it realizes that people that are asking those questions about how much down payment also wonder how long it takes to do a loan, and they're probably newer buyers. And I think that's what the AI is picking up on. First step to buy a home, determine how much you need. After all, you put the money up front, less interest rate, and insurance you'll have to pay back over time. So what's your budget? First questions most people ask themselves, how much money do I need to buy a house? That's a great opening. The answer is not as straightforward as one might think. There are many factors that determine if you can afford a house, including your budget and the size of the down payment. A good rule of thumb, determining blah, blah, blah. So I would take the first part of that right to, here, let's do it this way. I'd take that off temporarily. And right here I go, here's 3 or 4 criteria you need to consider, or here's 4 to 5 governing factors that you need to consider. And that's where I'd take that one as it goes. So there you have it. I'm going to generate more. I'm going to.
Hey, Deborah Bird, if you are still on this and you want to jump on the panel, just because I'd love to get your thoughts on this and have you kind of drive a few ideas. I sent you a panelist link. You can click on that. It's both in your text and it should have emailed through Zoom. So let's see what some other folks had, just so we can bring in some other people. Should I buy it now? We've done that. How to make your offers more competitive? I don't know.
I don't know if it's going to kick on that one.
What? How to?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to kick on that one. We can try it and see what happens.
Yeah, let's just see what happens. How to make your offer to buy a home more competitive. And guys, when you're getting to industry lingo, remember, this is pulling data from the internet. So if there's not content on the internet around this, it's not going to come back with a lot of great stuff.
That's also a very newer problem in this market. So we'll see. Let me clear it out here.
Yeah, how to make an offer to buy a home, or how to make a winning offer to buy a home. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Yeah.
Again, this is one of the few webinars that I've got no net under me. So you're looking to buy a home,
dude. This is valuable. This is valuable.
Boom. Supporting the agent knows how to negotiate. I would add that as an idea. I might take that intro and then I'd say, like, here's 5 ways or here's 4 ways, again, listicle it. And then I would make that number 1, make sure the agent actually knows how to negotiate. That's why I work with agents that have a proven track record of blah, 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 right? This is another good one. There's a bunch of elements that make up a competitive offer. If you're thinking about making an offer on a home, it's important to keep the best ways to make your offer more competitive. A lot of buyers don't realize there are many things to do to improve chances. Provide proof of funds, including pre-approval letters, offer to pay for closing costs. Post goes in. And you guys, when you see that, you might go, oh, they could also do this, do this, do this. Or you could go, oh, I could use this mortgage coach tool to do blank, or persuade them to put a higher bid on the property because it makes sense financially in the long run. That's kind of funny. It's simple. Make the best offer. Here, you have to take into account what other offers are being made on the house.
I love it, dude. This is so awesome. Hey, Kirker, you help big companies that have massive budgets that are advertising with Google, advertising with Facebook. Anything that we haven't said, or just some ideas that might help loan officers leverage this tool? Well, loan officers and realtors leverage this tool more effectively. Any thoughts that we haven't covered, John?
I think Robert's been pretty thorough. I kind of feel like I'm not ready to answer that question, but no, I think this thing is. I haven't been so excited about technology since I got Mosaic, which later became Netscape, which is now Firefox. I mean, that started the whole internet revolution, if you will. And I think this will be like Grammarly. Everybody has Grammarly who really cares about their writing because they don't want typos and they don't want to be embarrassed by it. I think this adds an entire layer of professionalism and just ideation on top of everything. But everybody I've shown this to, they've immediately just, how do I get it? And I've shown it to people, like, we showed it to you because, we know that you know a lot of people, right? And your first thing was, I want this,
Yeah, no,
everybody said, everybody says that.
Yeah, you're going, me and Sydney can use this on this thing.
Yeah, no, I was like, and I'm ADD dyslexic. My daughter's dyslexic. And I was just like, who helps with a lot of my content and headlines. And I'm like, oh my God, this is going to make us look smarter. This is going to save us time. I mean, it's mind-boggling.
And it's just going to get better as things progress. It has gotten better over the last 3 weeks as they continue to train it. So
hey, let's have a little fun, guys. as we go into wrap up, let's take some of the stuff we've done and let's show everybody how to put Joe Rogan's voice on it. So you could take content, write it, and then there's a tool that will allow you to go to people that are well-known on the internet. So it's got to be an internet influencer. So there's a lot of content, and it'll let you see what, how would Jocko Willink answer this? But let's just go with Joe Rogan because he's so big online. And let's ask this question. So check this out, guys. Tell me how fun this is. Tone of voice, put in someone who you respect and has a tone of voice that you want. And
what would you say Joe Rogan's vibe is? I'm gonna
direct, candid and direct.
There was one.
Oh, by the way,
I have
funny.
I have to send it. I put one in on.
I would do candid, direct, and funny, but put funny in there because he's always very clever and funny.
Yeah, I did one, and it said one of the pieces that came back. It's been my favorite so far. Is I don't know how to say this without being a whole, but you need me.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So we're having fun here, guys. But remember, being successful and building a brand, it's edutainment. And for me, that's hard. Like I can write things pretty direct and practical, but I'm, being funny is not a strong suit, at least on social media. I'm going to start adding some humor, or at least trying to.
And it's interesting. I've done some playing with this, going between George Carlin, Rodney Dangerfield, and Ronald Reagan, and seeing how different, just by using their names, how different the content is that comes out.
Here's where you start to see the Joe Rogan thing. Buying a home can be intense and competitive. We haven't seen that language before as these come out. They don't want to take it off the table.
Yeah. I'll walk you through how to make an offer
This one's out of the blue.
With a competitive, with 5 competitive steps. I mean, pure gold.
Yep.
All right, guys. So, hey, we are running out of time. Why don't you stop sharing the screen, Robert? So, again, guys, we've given you a link. Sign up at davesavage.ai. I want to hear how this is working for you. We're going to be doing some workshops, probably on our Friday mastermind, where we're just going to be taking what we think are important concepts and headlines and helping you guys use this platform and share it in the market. Highly recommend you sign up and use it yourself. Highly recommend you help realtors. Stover, what are your closing thoughts as a marketer and a leader to anyone listening to today's call?
Oh, this removes the block. So standing in between people, between wanting to do better and more success in the market, more leads, more authority, more influence, doing it better with their social, between them and that is this huge thing, which is content recreation and writing. And it's hard. And this just flattens that. It just flattens it. And then secondly, you're now competing against other lenders who will be using this. And so it's almost like if you don't, you're not going to catch up on the content game.
Love it. So thank you, everybody. Kirk, any closing thoughts you want to share before we wrap?
One thing I didn't mention was that with the pro account, you also get 3 seats. And with those 3 seats, you can have an assistant use it. You can have a partner use it or things like that. So you have more people using it for that $99 than just yourself if you need to. So forgot about that. But I honestly think that this is a game-changing technology. Everybody's going to use it. And if they're not using it, they're going to be at a significant disadvantage.
Right on, guys. So, hey, we will keep this conversation going. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope you got value from this call. If you did, give this a like, share this with your team, anyone who you care enough to help them write better content, have better headlines, forward this along. Have a great day, everybody. This call is a wrap. Take care, Stover.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.